Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my video. Well, actually, it's not quite afternoon. I think it's still morning. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I mean, it's amazing. I've had so many new subscribers and so many people comment on the videos that I uploaded. So the pattern parade and the whip parades. Thank you so much to everyone who took the time out of their day to comment. It was really, really appreciated. I have tried to reply to everyone. There are so many. If I haven't reply to you, it's only because I haven't had a notification. I do go down like my YouTube every so often to make sure that there's a reply on every single comment. So if I haven't got to you yet, I do apologise. I'm not being rude. It's just, I haven't seen it. So if I haven't got to you yet, I will get to you. Okay, I'm really, really sorry. If you feel like you're being ignored, you're not. Right, let's, it is the 1st of February. It is the 1st of February, people. So I thought that I would start this video with my haul first, and then I'll go through what I've worked on and then what I'm going to be working on for February. I'm uber organised this month, or the month of January, even though I had to have a hell of a lot of information to get together for my immigration lawyer. I still feel like I managed to like hit my goals. So I was still doing my stitching for my sanity because there was just so much I had to do. It was unreal. So that's all in now. I haven't heard anything, but we'll come back to that a little bit later. So right, where should we start? Should we start with haul? Okay, so I was watching someone doing a stitch with me the other day, and I wasn't going to go down this rabbit hole, but for some reason they kind of made me go down this rabbit hole because I loved the fact that they were using these. I've actually just remembered, I've just forgotten something else I wanted to show you. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go and grab that and then come back. Okay, I'm back in the room. Right, so like I was saying, I was watching someone doing a stitch with me the other day, and they were using these thread organisers, and I absolutely fell in love with them. So I've gone down the rabbit hole and I bought some, and excuse the voice, let me just show you these. And they are so pretty. So, hang on 1 second. Just get these into some kind of order. So these, how cute are these? So they are literally, they've got loads of holes in them, so obviously you can put all your floss, and then they've got these little cute hearts just at the end, and I thought that they were like really, really super cute. So I have kitted up one of the kits that I'm going to, I will tell you about later, that I am going to be working on in the month of February. Hang on, I think it might be up here. Bear with 1 second. Okay, so let me show you. So there's 10 of them in a pack. So this is them numbered. So this is the first lot, and you can probably guess which pattern this is. And then this is the second lot, and I just think they look so amazing. They look so great. And do you know what? The great thing about these is that you can just wind them around and then you can stick them in your project bag because they are small enough to go in the project bag. So I will come back to those in a second. Anyway, I thought that, I don't know, I just really like them. So I bought them. Okay, so the second thing I bought, which I think I might have shown you or told you about, but they still haven't arrived. They were ordered the beginning of January, and to be honest, it's not the seller's fault, it's Royal Mail. I've just received some kind of indication that the items have actually left the country now. So they were ordered on the 8th, the seller got them out on the 9th and got them in Royal Mail's hands. So after that, they can't do anything about it. I bought these from Hobby Jobby, and these are cute little hoops. I'm going to see if I can do it without the shine. They are cute little hoops, but they're square ones. So I got the 4. There's a set of 4. So I'm hoping that, you know, these will work as well as the Q snaps. I got a few smaller patterns coming up, so I didn't really want to be going into like the big Q snaps. And I find sometimes with the Q snaps, I don't know if you find this as well, but the tension just goes on the little slidey bits that go over. They just, after a while, they just stop holding. So I do turn my fabric inside out, and I kind of double up on the fabric when I put the Q snaps like on. But sometimes I find that that still isn't enough. And I'm not a massive hoop fan, like the shape of the hoop. So I was hoping that this might be a really good, you know, an in-between. So we will see. Okay, so the next thing I bought is, I don't know if you remember, but when I was living in the UK, this must have been back end of 2020, I think. If you go back to some of my videos in 2020, I was doing some letters. So they were really, really, really pretty letters. And I found this book on Amazon. And these are the letters that I was actually stitching. Now, the place that I got them from originally, the original letters, they're not selling them anymore. And I didn't know why. And apparently it has something to do with the fact that someone said, and I don't know if this is true, but someone said that the lady that was selling them took this book and then like basically copied them or charted them herself and then sold them as her own charts, and they weren't. So this is like one of them. That's the B. I don't even know what that is. No, I think that's the F. It looks like a B from this way around. And I think it's basically all the letters of the alphabet. So you've got like A, B, and then you've got C, and then D. The only letter they don't have, because it's French, is W, because apparently there's no W in the French alphabet, which is fine. But the one that I'm obviously interested in is the H. Now, I did do this one a while back, and I think I did it on 28 count, but I always said that I would love to do it on 32 count, because that's kind of my go-to count when I do anything that's like not full coverage now. So I bought that. That was really interesting. I'm just going to try and there we go. I feel like you are slightly wonky. There we go. So yeah, I bought that. So that was an exciting buy when I received that. The next thing I bought is this. Now, I'm not going to open it because I can't be bothered with all the packaging, but I am thinking about doing a stitch with me, or a couple of stitch with me's. So this is a phone holder and a stand. I kind of wanted to get your ideas on what you feel about a stitch with me, because it's not for everyone. Would anyone watch one if I did a stitch with me? And are there any particular patterns that you would like to see me do a stitch with me with? Let me know, because if so, then I will obviously get this out and do a few stitch with me's. If not, I'll just send this back because if you're not interested, then there's no point in me having it. So yeah, let me know what you think about that idea, and that's something we can do in the near future. Right, the next thing I bought but finally received is I don't know if I showed you this, Blue Rhapsody. I can't remember because I was waiting on this for so long that I can't even remember whether I showed you it or not. So this is Blue Rhapsody from Rosewood Manor. I just think it's really, really cute. It's a really cute pattern, and I don't know why it's blurry. It shouldn't be blurry. I was thinking about doing this using this DMC thread. Now, as you may well know, I'm not a DMC fan, but as CXC doesn't do variegated, I'm going to kind of try this. So this is the DMC variegated, and it's 4515, and it's kind of browns and blues and light blues and dark blues, and I just thought that that might look really, really nice in my guest room when I get it eventually, when I start building. it's just been a bit of a nightmare. So my stables haven't even started being built yet. We're ready to go with the builder. Everything's been ordered. Everything's ready to go. However, it's been so wet and so horrible and so miserable here that my builder just can't come out and do anything. So it's not causing issues, but it's one of those where I'm like really dying to get started and everything is on hold. And I just hope to goodness that USCIS don't come back with another RFE wanting to see proof of the build, because there is no proof of build right now because the weather's been so crap. And basically our builder is like 2 barns behind. So yeah, that's a bit of a nightmare. So I'm a little bit nervous about what they're going to come back with. I'm hoping they don't come back with another RFE, that they just say, okay, yeah, you've got enough evidence that you've got an existing business. We'll give it to you. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, this change of status is for 2 years. It's not the visa. It's not a 5-year thing. It's not an immigrant visa. So, you know, at the end of the 2 years, if they decided, because I'm going to have to extend it anyway, I am going to be getting the visa within that 2 years if I get the change of status. But at the end of the 2 years, you know, if I haven't done what I said I was going to do, they can just deny me my renewal anyway. So in my head, I'm like, what effect does that have on them at all, if any? If they approve it. If they don't approve it and they deny it, then obviously that has a devastating effect on my life. But it doesn't have any effect on them or their lives or anything if they just approve it, because like I said, it's a 2-year thing. And it's not an immigrant. It's not like once they stamp that piece of paper to say, yeah, you've been approved, that's it, I've got a green card, I can stay here forever. No, I've still got a hell of a lot of work to do after that, within this 2 years, to either A, get my visa, or B, prove enough that I have, you know, got my business up to where I said I was going to get it up to. So yeah, that's like annoying me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. And it's making me really nervous because, you know, what's making me nervous is someone else has got control of my life, and I hate feeling out of control. I'm not a control freak, but you know, when someone has that much control over your life, that's a hell of a lot of power. And sometimes I don't think they realise how much power they have. When I did the justification for my expenditure without the land, not even including the amount of money that I've spent on the land and the 100 grand I've paid off on my mortgage so far, I've invested over $170,000. And, you know, that's been an investment, that's been paying taxes, that's been, you know, paying for things, materials, stables, you name it. That has just been, you know, a huge amount of investment. And from what I've gathered from information from other people, they are only really interested in investment up over 60,000. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I've more than doubled that. And then if you put my land in that as well, I've more than tripled that. So I'm feeling a little bit hurt that they came back with the RFE anyway, but they have got literally absolutely every single thing on their RFE. They sent me 7 pages of what they wanted. They have got absolutely, I ticked the box of every single thing they wanted. They even had an end of year tax return, which, you know, you know, the end of year tax return had to be in to them before it was almost even open to the IRS. So I had to get all of my information in by the 22nd, 23rd, and apparently the IRS don't even put the forms out until the 24th. So yeah, I mean we're only talking 2 weeks of business. Who does a tax return after 2 weeks of business? But they wanted to see a tax return, so I got one done. So I feel like I've jumped through hoops and done everything that I could possibly have done of the information they asked for. So I'm hoping they come back with an approval. I'm hoping they don't come back with another RFE wanting to see more information, because I just haven't got anything more to give them. I've given them everything. So anyway, let's get back to business. You may or may not have known that I recently purchased from Primrose Cottage Stitches a really beautiful pattern called HIVE Rules. And you will see that in here anyway in a minute, because I will show you. But I came across these and I thought they were so pretty. And they are similar to the HIVE Rules. They're part of the same thing, I think. And I just thought that was really, really cute. And I really like the idea of making that into like a pin cushion or something. It only has 5 colours. On 18 count, it's a 4x3. I'll probably do this on 32 count, so that'll be 16. which would be a 4 3/8 by 3 3/8 size. So I got that one. And I also got this one here, which I thought was really, really cute. That's another one. I think it's exactly the same, designed by Lindsay Waite, Primrose, is it Primrose Cottage Stitches? Yeah. Again, 5 colours on this one, and 16 is 2 inches and 7/8 by 7 inches. So I look forward to doing those. I have some, you know, spare little, I think I've got some spare 32 count I can do that on. So that one's that one. And then I wanted to buy a Quaker. It's a, what do you call it? A sampler. But I wasn't too sure which one. So I put like a shout out on Facebook and a poll up to see which one won. Because I liked both of them equally. And this one is the one that won. It's from Jardin Prive. Jardin. I think that's garden in French. Not that I was any good at French. So it is, and it's tiny, tiny, tiny as well. I mean, like, that's the pattern, but... Oh, I see. Ah, see, I didn't realise it's like 1 of 4. Okay, so this is the pattern that I got. And... this is interesting. This is interesting because I never knew, but look at that. That is all one pattern. And you kind of either do them separately or you join them up. And I think that's lovely. I'm not sure if I like the idea of doing each one individually, like a different colour. But look at that. They are definitely, you can see they're definitely connected. So I've just noticed that. Oh, so I see. So there's seasons, leaving an empty interval of 5 points between each season. The set of 4 patterns measures 415 by 180. So these are seasons. I see. So this season I've got is... it looks like autumn. Yeah, I'm going to say this is autumn because you've got a cat, which depicts Halloween. And then that is definitely a pumpkin, Halloween. Yeah, squirrel, acorns. Yeah, I think this definitely depicts like the autumnal month, autumn. So that's interesting. I never even realised that, and that's quite exciting. Oh yeah, look, see? Quaker l'automne. There we are. So, right, and I think that's, oh no, hang on, I've got one more thing. Oh my gosh, the bane of my life. So, I needed some more floss because I'm rapidly running out. And so I bought 3 sets of CXC thread, and as you know, I only use CXC. I bought my floss from Oneroom, and obviously this isn't how it came, but I went through and I checked everything's there. There are a couple that are missing, but they're going to send them to me. But I've got 3 big bags of floss. So this is all my floss, and I buy from, like I said, Oneroom on AliExpress, and as you can see they're all double labelled. So oops, so yeah, double label. I don't know why, but I always buy double label. They're all double labelled. So the first set that I got was, they were all there, that's fine. The second, so I ordered 3 lots. The first, and they came on separate postages, and I don't know whether it maybe been different people that did it. So the first lot, they were all there, fine. The second lot, I think there was like a handful missing, and the third lot, I think there was like 4 missing. But it's not a problem, they're going to send them to me. But yeah, so loads. And I think, you know what, I think what I'm going to do next time is, and when I've got time, I'm going to go through my stash and find out exactly how many I've got of each, and I'm going to make sure that I've got 5 of each. So, or 6 of each, just to round it up. So if I've got, instead of ordering a full set, I'm going to order individually, because then they can tick off individually what it is that I want. So if I need 2 of one of another, 3 of another, then I think going forward, that's going to be the way to do it. And I just think that, you know, also putting them away and organising them is just, oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love organising, but there is a hell of a lot. I've got like over 1,000 skeins to organise. So I think going forward, I'm going to do that, because I'm looking at that thinking, oh my goodness, when am I ever going to get time to do that? So, right, let's get to the good stuff. I've got 3 Whipco boards. If you saw my last video, I think it was the Whip Parade. I think that's when I discussed what my plans were for the next year. And I have got a Whipco board for any of my projects that are over 100,000 stitches. I've got a Whipco board for anything sorry, that does definitely say under. One for over 100,000 stitches. And then I've got one where I've got 25% or over complete. So these are probably the ones that I want to try and get done this year. Now, I'm not too sure if we're going to get many done this year, but we are sure going to give it a good go. So this month, well, last month, January, was number 10 and number 6. So on my over 10%, over 25% complete, my 2 projects I had to work on was Resistance is Futile, and I had to do 500 stitches. And my Twisted Band Sampler, I only had to do 1 band. On my over 100,000 stitches, I had to do 1,000 stitches on Henry VIII. And the reason I said 1,000 stitches on him is because most of his is block colour. So there is no excuse why I can't get 1,000 stitches. Anything that is more confetti heavy, I've put it down to 500, but he can be 1,000 stitches. So I've got 1,000 stitches on Henry VIII. And then on Delightful Waltz, 500 stitches. And then under 100,000, I needed to do 500 stitches on Enchanted Snowman and 300 stitches on Stormy. Now, the reason I said 300 stitches on Stormy, and I mentioned this in my last video, is because that pattern is so confetti heavy, like crazy confetti heavy, that I thought I'm not going to get 500 stitches unless I'm working on it for days on end. It's a lot of start, stop, start, stop. So they're the 6 that I worked on. I actually worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they're the 6 on my Whip Goes. I worked on 11, and I've done, I didn't even add how many stitches I've done. So 5, 7, 1100, 1400, 1400, 2200, 3100, 3005, 6, 4000, 5007, 8. I've done about 8,000 stitches this month, which is good, isn't it? Which is really, really good. So yeah, about 8,000 stitches, which I think actually beats everything I've done in the last couple of months. So, I mean, I should have just added it up as I went, but I didn't. I am going to show you what I've got in this kind of order, because it's a lot easier. So the first one in this order, it's not the first one I worked on, but this isn't one that was on my Whip Go, but it's one I'm trying to get to every single month. So the first one is Bountiful Bookshelf. Life is an open book. No, Bountiful Bookshelf. Life is not Bountiful Bookshelf. Life is an open book. It's Bountiful Bookshelf. That's it. Oh, it's going to be one of those days today. So it's just Bountiful Bookshelf, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the super size one because I'm mental. Max colour. But yeah, so I did on this one, how many stitches did I do? 301 stitches, and I've got up to 4.19%. Now, just bear in mind, I know I only did 300 stitches. However, I had to make sure that I met the quota of 1,000 stitches, 500 on all of my Whip Go ones. And this wasn't on my board, it was an extra. It's just one that I just like to touch every single month because it is my biggest project. So I did 301 stitches on that one. So this is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are up to now. So let me see if I can come back here without being crazy. So I think I worked more on sort of this area here. I was trying to get some of the stitches filled in over here. Yeah, it's getting there. It's just, I feel this one takes so long, but I think it takes so long because it's so big. I was just going down the legends, and any colour I got to, I was just filling in all of those colours for that, you know, particular colour on the legends. So I think I'm like a quarter of the way, maybe a quarter and a half the way down. And that's just how I'm doing it. I'm just filling in the blanks by looking at the legends and just going down, and any colour that I get from the first number all the way down to the bottom of my legend, that's what I'm working on. I just, for this one, I'm finding it easier doing it that way. Bear with one sec. I'm going to try not to set fire to anything. So that's the first project. Okay. Right. Okay. So the second one I worked on was my Christmas snowman, in the Enchanted Snowman. Was this one on? Yeah, this was on my Whip Go. I had to do 500 stitches on this one. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. On the Bountiful bookshelf, the artwork is Amy Stewart. I'm stitching the other one on 18 count 2 over 1. Apologies, I didn't give you that information. So Bountiful bookshelf, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. It's the supersize max colour, and I'm doing it on 18 count 2 over 1. So this one is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. I'm doing this one on 20 count 1 over 1. I had to do 500 on this, and I did 675 stitches, and I'm at 1.98%. So this is what it looked like last time you saw it. And this is where we are now. So I'm still trying to fill in the blanks. I'm finding a different way to stitch because this is driving me absolutely nuts. And I think I found a different way to stitch, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But I was basically trying to fill in, and again, I'm doing exactly the same thing as I was doing on the Bountiful. I'm just taking colours from the legend, working down the legend, and anything that I've got missing stitches in this area, I'm putting them in, and then I'm just, you know, filling the blanks in. I mean, this is driving me absolutely potty, but like I said, I've found a different way to stitch. So I'm feeling like not all is lost. So once all the blanks have been filled in, then it's going to be a much better experience stitching this. Yeah, so 20 count 1 over 1. Yeah, I think that's it. Donna Gelsinger, yeah, that's fine. So that is the next one that I worked on. Where am I putting all these? I don't know where I'm putting these. Anyway, let's just leave that there. Okay, so the next one I worked on is my Long Dog Sampler. Resistance is Futile. Let's see if you can see this. There we go. This one is one that I've been working on for a while. I absolutely love this one. It's on my Whip Go board. I had to do 500 stitches on this one. I did... How many stitches did I do? I did... Resistance is Futile. 637 stitches. And I am at 29.84%. This is where you saw it last time. And this is where I am now. So mainly working in this area here. I don't know whether it was the last time or this time I had to unpick a load over here because the stitches weren't right. But yeah, so I'm working on the third band. I'm doing this on 28 count 28 count 2/2. And I'm using the colorway 917, all CXC threads. And it's just stunning. I absolutely love working on this. CXC threads are all in here. Just beautiful, beautiful colours. I mean, look at that colour. Isn't that gorgeous? 917. I absolutely love hot pink. I don't know, there's something about hot pink. I just love it. So that was that one. I don't know where to put these. Let's stick them over there. Yeah, it's coming together really, really well. Okay, so I need to stop hitting my microphone. I'm sorry if that was like a really loud boom because I just hit my microphone. The next one I worked on is Stormy. And I think I opened all of these. This is one that has been charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And the artwork is from Critter Valley. And I love this piece. I love it. My only downfall with it is the fact that it is so confetti heavy in this area, which you can kind of expect because, I mean, it's just got a hell of a lot of detail in, you know, in the wings. And I don't know if you can see, the leaves aren't much better. They're just as confetti heavy. But I think that just, you know, brings it all together. So I did 552 stitches on this one, even though I only had planned to do 300. On one day as well, I absolutely smashed it. So once I got like over 500 stitches, I was like, right, bang, move on to the next project. This one I am stitching on 28 count 2/2, and I dyed the material myself, the fabric. So this is like a kind of a stormy kind of grey mottled colour fabric. And I really, really enjoy working on it. And I think that once this is complete, it's going to look amazing. So this is how you saw it last time. I've got threads everywhere, by the way. They're going up, they're going down, they're going sideways, they're all over the place. And this is where I am now. So yeah, you can't really see a hell of a lot of definition, but you can appreciate the amount of confetti stitches that are in here. I mean, it's crazy. So again, I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm literally going down the legends, and in the area that you see here, I'm filling in the blanks. And then I'm finding a different way to stitch, because filling in blanks is a nightmare. I don't know if anyone else does it, but yeah, it's just a nightmare. So you know what it is? It's because, you know, you look at sort of bigger blocks of colour, or colours where you can actually make your stitch count, and you concentrate on them, and then all the like 1 stitch here, 2 stitch there, 3 stitches there, 1 stitch there, 1 stitch there, you tend to kind of leave because you think that's going to be a lot more time consuming and you're never going to get your stitch count in. So they just get left, and then when they're left, at some point you're going to have to do them, right? So now I'm biting the bullet and I'm making sure that I'm doing them. Okay, I'm at 5.18% on Stormy. So yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad, but it just means on my next, if it comes up on my next where I've got 300, I can maybe up that to 500 stitches. I think I might just leave it at 300 and do 500 stitches because it makes me feel much better. Right. Okay, it also means that if I've got like a day where I need to spend a bit more time on another project because it's just taking too long, or I've over exaggerated how many stitches I can do, if I hit the 300 stitch mark on Stormy, I can then just switch to something else quite easily. Okie dokie. So the next one I worked on is And this one I feel like I'm going to need help on because I'm not absolutely loving stitching this, I'm not going to lie. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship. It's my Sal. So this is the Mirabilia that I'm doing with Trees and Maybe Do It. And I love this piece, don't get me wrong. This is Royal Games #1. Now, I have a major issue with Krennic. And on this one, it calls for Krennic 2028. Oh, excuse me, that's my tummy rumbling then. 202 HL and 007 number 4. 007 and 202 HL. Now, is there anyone out there that can tell me if there's anything else I can use instead of those two Krennics? I mean, at the end of the day, I prefer to use like CXC thread if I could. But is there anything else? Because one, Krennic is really super skinny. And two, I absolutely hate working with it. I was working in it with my winter. And instead of putting Krennic through my snowflakes, I just did them as B5200. So they were super white. That had the same effect as far as I was concerned. And then I just didn't have the painful thing of having to stitch. Because I'm telling you now, if I'm having to do this with Krennic, it's going to drive me nuts and I'm not going to want to pick it up. So I don't know if there was anything to show you last time. I'm not sure actually. And because I'm doing this on a paper pattern, which I absolutely hate, I don't even know how many stitches I've done. So I said that I did like, I think I said that I just did a flat 200 stitches. I might have done more, but we don't know. So if you saw this last month, this is where you last saw it. This is one that I'm going to have to touch on every single month because it is a Sal, which is probably going to take about 150 years, but hey ho. At now. So, as you can see, oh, hang on. So you can see from here that it's, oh, the heart and some of the face has been done. The face I was going to do it in 1/1 and I actually started it in 1/1. But then when you've got these stitches over here, I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them? They're like half stitches. On 1/1, it's really difficult to get that definition. So I pulled out all my 1/1 stitches and I have done it in 2/2 instead, the same as everything else. Now, I am hoping that you're not really going to see it. So if you stand back, you know, you can't really see the stitches. This is being done on 32 count 2/2. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am for that. Now, it is slow going because it's very bitty, but I'm getting there slowly, and I'm not loving fractional stitches, I'm not going to lie. This one and the other one to this one, there's another one to this one as well, and the Roses of Provence, which I'm still waiting on the fabric for, which I've been waiting on the fabric for forever, it feels like, are probably going to be the only ones that I do Mirabilia wise, because I don't absolutely love doing Mirabilia. I don't like the Krennics, I don't like the fractional stitches. I mean, some people do love them, that's fine, but I'm more of a full coverage girl. I'm more of a not faffing about, all full crosses, not having to worry about anything like that. So I'm probably, like I said, after those, I'm not going to probably get involved with Mirabilias anymore. I don't know, and the fact that they're not on Pattern Keeper as well, that's also a pet peeve of mine. And they won't be going on Pattern Keeper either because they refuse to do any digital patterns, so that's a bit of a nightmare. So I said that I did a kind of a 200 stitches on that one. I'm not sure how many I hit, but there we are. So the next one that I worked on is Santa. And this is the one that I hit on the 25th of the month, because this is like my Christmas one. However, this month, because I do WIPGO and I do the Fanatics, full coverage Fanatics. And because I've got 3 Whipgo boards, I decided that for the full coverage fanatics, I'm just going to do the 500 stitch, not the 1000 stitch. So this month, January, was anything that has red in it. And I think you can pretty much say that this has got a pretty good amount of red. So this is my ornament Santa and Frosty. And it is a Heaven and Earth design. And the artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. And yeah, so for this month, this is the one that I chose to do the 500 stitches on. So 500 stitches on this one. You can't really see much. I'm doing it on 20 count 1/1. Like you can't see anything. And I did, how many stitches did I do? I did 514 stitches and I'm at 1.98%. So this is what you saw last month. And this is where we are now. So all I've done is literally this bit here, but I have filled in all the spaces. And this is the first one where I'm trying my new style of stitching, and I will show you better on one of my other projects, because this is like, you can't see white on white, it's impossible. So 20 count 1/1, my little Stormy, no, not my Stormy, my little Santa. So yeah, I'm enjoying that one. I enjoy working on it even though it's nowhere near Christmas. So that is that one. I'm just trying to, is there anything I didn't tell you? No, 514 stitches, 1.98%, 20 count, Donna Gelsinger, Heaven and Earth design. I think that's everything for that one. Okay, the next one that I worked on, and this is the one that I kitted up with my beautiful little organisers as well. Let me see if you can like see which one this is. I just love it. I love them. They're so cute. Look how cute they are. So this is the next one that I kitted up. And because these are great, these are great for small projects. They go in these project bags really, really well. Oh my goodness me, my tummy is rumbling like they wouldn't believe. The next one is Hive rules. Now I didn't bring out my full thing so you can see the whole thing, but you can kind of see it down here. Again, this is like is it the Primrose Cottage? But this is how the pattern comes. And the great thing is with this is because you've got like small areas, so like this one here, this bit, that bit, that bit, you don't actually need something that is black and white, because I'm just doing it and then I'm just going on to the next bit and I know what I've done. So I don't really need anything to kind of mark off. So I haven't really been marking off the pattern on this. But this is the one that I'm doing with Tara. I've got a collaboration with Tara at One Stitch at a Time. And we're both doing this together and it is so beautiful. It is just stunning. I love how it's coming out. This one is being stitched on 32 count 2/2. And it's just on like a sparkly snow fabric. And I love it. So this is where you saw it last month. This is where I am now. Oh, look how beautiful that is. How stunning is that? Look at the colours. Look at that yellow. That yellow is beautiful. It's just coming along so nice. And I absolutely love working on it as well. Hive rules. So I feel like I've done like sort of the first band, which is this bit. And then I'm on to like almost like onto the second band now. Even though they're not really bands. But I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. I just love anything to do with bumblebees. Anything to do with colour. Anything with it's like yellow and pretty is just my thing. And the greens on this are absolutely beautiful. I mean, this camera doesn't really do it justice. These greens are just stunning. And that yellow, oh, that yellow is to die for. Absolutely beautiful. So I'll stop gushing about that one now. So that is that is my next one that I worked on, that I work on every single Sunday with Tara. And I'm not sure how far she's got, but knowing her, she's like a super stitcher and she does about 20,000 stitches in a month. Knowing her, she's probably almost finished it by now. But yeah, so love these. These are great. I got them from AliEx. No, I didn't. I got them from Amazon. So what I'll do is I'll link them below. But I did find that when I was, so I paid $10 for them, which is like a dollar thing, which is not too bad. And then I was going on AliExpress because I was looking for something else, and I came across those as well, and they were like $1.60. But you know what, it is what it is. I don't know how good they're going to be. I don't know if they're people that have bought them from AliExpress and are selling them at, you know, $10. But you know what, $10 for 10, I'm not going to really. That's not $1 each. It's not really problem. It's not a problem, is it? So, So my next one I worked on. Oh yeah, and on the High Rules one, just to go back to that one. Again, I'm not doing it on Pattern Keeper, so I put around 200 stitches in, I think. But I'm not sure. It might be more, might be less. So the next one that came up on my Whip Guy board was my Twisted Band sampler. And I had to do one band. Now, that's this one, okay? Now, one band isn't like one full colour. One band is one band. You know, so like that blue and that green, they're two bands, not one. So again, because I had quite a lot to do this month, I made sure that I didn't go overboard with this one. And also I'm enjoying the progress with this one. It's, you know, I love stitching it, so I don't really want it to end. I stitched on this one and I did, where are you? 548 stitches, which was one band, and I'm at 77.12%, which is amazing. I'm doing this one on 28 count 2/2. This is where you saw it last month. And I've got cat hair everywhere in this. And this is where I'm up to now. So I basically did the full blue band. So I'm in a different colour now. And this blue is stunning. These are being done with Overosoir silks. Overosoir silks. I don't really know if you can get the colour. If I put it up like that, you might get more of the colour. When I go closer, I feel like you do lose the colour a lot. But yeah, this is coming along nicely. Really, really beautiful. I can't wait for this one to get finished. I really, really can't. But also, I don't want it to come to an end either, because I'm loving it. I'm loving the detail on this one as well. Just stunning. So yeah, 28 count, 2/1, 2/2. Oh my goodness me, what is wrong with me? I need to engage my brain today. 2/2. And I am at 77.12%, which is amazing. Right, the next one I worked on is again a Whip Go one, and this is Delightful Waltz. This is the one where I'm over 100,000 stitches. So I had to do 500 on this one because again it's quite confetti heavy, and this is the one I absolutely love working on. Love, love, love everything about it. Just the colours, the artwork, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And this is going to go prize a place in my office when it's done. I just love it. So I'm doing this one on 20 counts to 1/1, and it's artwork is by Leonid Afremov, and it's charted by Artisy. I mean, I don't normally buy many charts from anywhere else other than Heaven and Earth Designs, but this wasn't on Heaven and Earth Designs website, which is bizarre because, you know, I think they do Leonid Afremov artwork. I'm sure I've seen it. Oh, I need that. So I was supposed to do 500 stitches on this one, and I did 642, and I'm at 1.90%. This is where you saw it last time. And this is where I am at now. So basically, again, filling in the blanks, because I've left all the blanks and it's driving me mental. So yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. But you know, they're coming. You know, every sort of 500 stitches in there gets a bit closer to being full, and then I can start working across here, which is what I want to do. But again, I will show you that in my, actually the next one that's coming along, what I'm going to start doing, because yeah, this is just driving me potty, having to go back and fill in all the gaps. And also I'm finding it looks messy as well, and I'm not absolutely loving how it looks. So yes. Okay, I've only got 2 more. I told you it was a good stitching month, didn't I? Right, Henry VIII. Love this one. And again, this was on my over 100,000 stitches, I do believe. I had to do 1,000 on this one. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Hans Holbein. I don't absolutely love the man, you know, with regards to like what he was like as a person, but I love the history. And the Tudors is something that I absolutely loved learning about when I was at school. I wasn't a history buff, never interested in history at all, but I loved the Tudor era. And yeah, just, I don't know, there's something about that era that really tickled my fancy. And I've watched all of, there's a show called The Tudors that's on TV, which is fantastic. If anyone's not seen it, it's fantastic. And if you're a little bit prudish, it's quite saucy. So I would say viewer discretion is advised in places. Definitely don't watch it with your dad. I mean, it's not the sort of thing you can watch with parents. So I did, how many? I did 1,618 stitches on this one, and I'm at 2.02%. And again, this is one I've loved working on this month. Absolutely loved it, as you can tell, because I've done so much. Right. Oh, my tummy. I'm going to have to eat something in a sec. So this is where you saw it last time. And this is where I'm at now. So I've got a new way of stitching. I literally, you see one of these 2 squares, I literally do those squares and then I'll park underneath, and then do those squares and park underneath, and I'm basically going the whole length of my project. I filled in the blanks here because I thought this was really, really messy. So although I'm not going all the way across for this, I will do for this one here. And then obviously I'll come back and I'll meet this, you know, next line. I just find this is like an easier way. I'm not losing my way so much. I'm making sure that every single stitch is in. This has been stitched on 18 count 2/1. So yeah, it's gorgeous, and it's also humongous. So that's kind of where it is, and I think it stops like over here somewhere. So yeah, it's a pretty big sizable project. It is 400 by 478. I mean, it feels bigger. It does feel bigger, believe me. Okay. So, my last one before we go on to what we're doing in February, is His Name is Jesus. I do this one every Monday. This month has been a bit sort of stop and start, really, on this one. I'm kind of losing a little bit of passion for it, I'm not going to lie. This is the one that I was doing with Tara, One Stitch at a Time. However, she smashed it, and she did it as a present in the end, for a gift for Christmas for her mother-in-law. So she just had to smash through it and get it done. Me, on the other hand, have done 594 stitches and I'm at 56.67%. So I think what I might try and do is get that to like 60% at least this month. So I'm doing this every Monday now because I'm just trying to get it done. I'm doing this on 28 count 32 count 2 over 2, 32 count 2 over 2. And I'm kind of getting there. I feel I'm getting there slowly, but anyway. So this is where you saw it last month. And this is where we are now. So I moved my Q-snap over this way so I could get these words finished. I also got these words finished here, I am, and then his name is Jesus. I'm going to be filling in the gaps here and the gap up here. So I haven't really got any way of stitching per se. I think I'm going to get this bit done here and that bit, and then I'm going to move the Q-snap down and then finish off, because I don't think I've even finished that word yet. There's some words over here that I haven't finished that one. So yeah, so that's kind of where I am with this one at the moment. So that's kind of how far I've got. Try and be not weird. Yeah, I mean, it's coming along, don't get me wrong, but it's just a slow process. I'm doing 3 colours on that one. One is 3688, I know that for a fact. Let me just find out the other colours for you. Because I know everyone likes to know colours, and I do as well. When someone works on something and they don't tell you what the fabric colour is and the count, and then if they're doing like a sampler, they don't tell you what colours they're using, it really bugs me. So bear with one sec. I'm just doing this one on the opalescent Arctic white, you know, what is it called? Something snow, sparkle snow. And I'm doing it on 3687. So 3687 is this colour here, which is like a raspberry colour. 3688 is this one here. And then this light pink here is 3727. 3727 for the light pink. That one. Really, really pretty. I do like pink. Pink's like my colour. So yes, that is that one. And I'm happy to say that is all my whips for this month. So, let's get going on what we are going to be doing next month. So the numbers that were called for February are, I believe, 7 and 11. Yes, 7 and 11. So on my under 1,000 stitches, it is, I've got the ones here that I'm going to be working on. Oh, bear me 1 second. Let me just grab something out. Right. Hi, guys. Okay, so a slight moment. I'm having a few of those. I feel like I'm having a few senior moments right now. So the thing I was looking for, I had all along. I'm looking for it and I'm like, where is it? But I've got it. So, on my under 1,000 stitches, my number 7 and my number 11 is Story Keep Witch's cat, which is, well, it's not called Witch's cat, but I just know it as Witch's cat, which is this one. Artwork is by Lisa Parker. It's Rise of the Witches. So, oh, I just love this one. Look at the colours. Aren't they stunning? Absolutely love the colours on this. And I love the cat because it's got beautiful amber eyes, black with amber eyes, and my cat's got amber eyes. So I was drawn to that one. And so for this one, it says I've got to do 300 stitches. I reckon I can smash that out of the park. I reckon I can do like at least 500. So I'm gonna aim to do 300, but if I can do more, I will try and do more. Okay, so the next one is Resistance is Futile, which we've seen because it came up again. Again, these are the ones that are under 100,000 stitches, but it's on 2 boards, so it's also on my over 25% complete, which is why it's come up twice, which isn't a problem because it just means I get done more. So resistance is futile. I have to do 500 stitches, so that should be easy to do. And it is this one here. It's a long dog sampler, one that I've just pulled out earlier and showed you. So I've got to do another 500 stitches on that one, which is fine. So yeah, Witch's Caps and Resistance is Futile. So that is my under 100,000 stitches whip go board. Gosh, I don't know what I would do without this island behind me. Then my over 25% is, oh my goodness me, Resistance is Futile again. Okay, Resistance is Futile, 1,000 stitches. So this month I've got to do, I'm sure it was 7 and 11 that came up this month. So this month I've got to do like another 1,000 on Resistance is Futile. So basically 1,500 stitches. So there should be some decent like work on that by the time that I come back for end of February. And then my other 7 is a free space. Now you'll see here that I've got a few free spaces, and the reason that I did that is it gives me the opportunity that if I'm really struggling with a project and I'm not making my numbers, I've got that free space to choose which of my projects I'm struggling with and which ones I haven't actually made my stitch count that month. And it just gives me that opportunity to be able to pick that one up again and work on it. So I've actually got 3 free spaces because I actually want to, and that's only on the 25% and over whip go board, because I do actually want to complete, you know, some decent amount of, I think I want to probably complete 2, if not 3 this year, because we are still, I mean, we're only in February now, but, you know, technically when I did this, we were in January, so I've got the whole entire year. So yeah, my main aim is to get at least 2, if not 3 completions this year. So I think I've gone a bit mental and I was like, right, I need to get a decent amount done on the Resistance is Futile. So I'm not going to bring that one out again because you've seen it, but yes, 1,500 on Resistance is Futile. And then I've got a free space to do with what I'd like. And that goes across all my boards, not just on that one. So if I'm feeling that on my over 100,000 stitches board, that, you know, I set my boundary as like my goal at 1,000 stitches and I'm just not making it, I can use one of those free spaces on, I'm making up my own rules here, on my other whip go board. So my next one is Pink Peonies, which is the one that I actually charted myself. I've got to do 500 stitches on this one. So 500 on this one, which is really pretty. Which is my number 7. And then my number 11 is Gobbler Farm. And I've got to do 500 stitches on Gobbler Farm, which is this one, which is more of an autumnal one, but you know, again, it's about getting the stitch count in your pieces. So yeah, love that one. That one is artwork by Donna Gelsinger, Heaven and Earth design piece of work. And there we come to the next phase, which is my new start, which I'm going to be doing in February. So it was, I asked you guys to choose which new start you would like me to work on, and I think it was between the Lion Trainer Dreams, A Stitch in Time, and It's About Time. Maybe there was another one as well. I want to say there's another one. I can't remember. But I had a cut-off date of like the 25th, which is when I was going to pull my numbers for the Whip Go board, because I needed to organise my month of stitching thereafter. So I did the cut-off date as the 25th, which is when I pulled my numbers. And on the day of the 25th, the lion won by 1. Literally 1. So this is my new start this month. I'm going to do this one on 18 count, I think 2/1, just because I want it a little bit bigger and I just think it will look amazing. And then the next one I'm going to show you is a bit of a hit and miss. It's a bit of a maybe. So because a lot of people were saying that I should do this one as well because it's absolutely beautiful, I've decided that I more than likely will have an answer from USCIS by the time I do my next video. So I thought it was very fitting that if I show you this project as being a new start, you will know that I received an approval for my change of status. And it's fitting because it says it's about time. that's the name of the pattern. So if I get an approval, a change of status approval, which would be amazing, then I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm just going to bring it up as being like one of my new starts. So it'll be, I'll go through everything and then I'll be like, and so this is the one that we're going to be doing, you know, or this is the next one I'm going to be showing you, because I want it to be a surprise. I also thought it'd be like a really nice thing to do, and you know, I'll leave it to the end, so you will never know. You will never know if I get that approval until the end of the video. And I just think it would be like really, really nice. It's something that I'm dying to get, as you can probably appreciate. And I'm probably going to end up doing this one on 18 count 2/1 as well. I just love the colours, and I just thought, yeah, the artwork is by Cyril Machete, and it's charged by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I just love it. So that's what I'm going to do for that one. So it'll be a little bit of excitement for next time. If they come back and they're wanting more information and like another RFE, which I don't understand how they can do another request for evidence, because there's just nothing else I can give them, then obviously it's not going to be a new start. So I've got potentially 2 new starts next month, but maybe 1. And this is all in someone else's hands. We will never know. So that is the end of my video. I'm at, wow, over an hour, so I apologise that it's been so long, but there's been so much to show you. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my video. It helps me out majorly. And once I'm thinking of doing a giveaway once I get to 2,000 subscribers. The only thing the stipulation is you have to be a subscriber to be able to enter. And I'm thinking about what I can give away. I've got a few ideas. So yes, that's something to look forward to anyway in my new coming videos, and I will talk more about that next month. I'll have to remember to write that down to talk about the giveaway next month. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to 2,000 subscribers, and once I get to 2,000 subscribers, then I will do a giveaway, because I just think you guys all deserve one, and I have never done one on this channel before, and I just think it would be a nice way of saying thank you to everyone who has taken the time out their day to subscribe, to comment. Everyone has said really nice things. No one has said anything nasty. Everyone has been really supportive, which is really lovely. And I just feel that, yeah, it's seeing so many more subscribers is just, it makes me realise that, you know, there are people out there that want to listen to me drivel on about my journey with cross stitch. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers guys, bye.